If you've never listened to Plant Talk Radio, our weekly gardening program hosted by Fred Hauer, you really should take a listen to the whole show. You can go to our website at planttalkradio.com and listen, or subscribe to the show on iTunes. Here's today's question.
And boy, we got several emails this week, Fred.
Good.
So let's let's go through some of those. Kathleen wrote us late last night. She says that she has coneflowers.
Okay.
And she's very succinct about this. The flower head droops, the plant wilts, and then they die.
Okay, that pretty well pins it down.
Yeah.
Now, the flower head drooping, I'm assuming she's not talking about the recurving or drooping of the petals themselves. I'm assuming that this is something that is making the stem weak and literally dropping over. I'm going to suspect then that it's a problem very similar to what we were just talking about on the angel trumpet. There are several little insects, and I'm not going to try to name them, and my memory doesn't quite afford me that, but it's, again, a creature that attacks before the plant has fully developed. So when that flower stem is growing, these little guys get inside, lay eggs, that is, the adults do, and then they are eaten out from the inside. I am not sure what insecticide to use. Unfortunately, memory doesn't serve me that well. But I do know people that when this does happen in their coneflowers, they very quickly cut that off below where it's wilting, down to the next set of leaves or clear on down, and sometimes take whole plants out that are badly affected and dispose of them off into the trash and gone, not into the compost pile, so that they're off-site to try to break up the return of these insects. And that's one of the best recommendations I can make, that and an insecticide. And unfortunately, as I mentioned, I can't come up with the insecticide or the absolute name of this creature.
Would the wide-ranging insecticides like an 8 or something like that, or a 7 or an 8, work on those sorts of bugs?
It would help in terms of preventing them from getting in after mating and all this good stuff. I think also you could use one. Well, I guess I don't know. Let's just put it to the reading of the label that we would go to one of the insecticides that goes on the ground, is absorbed by the plant, and then up into the area where the whole vascular system is working, and maybe can take that out. And Mark just helped my memory. The little creature that I'm trying to pull out is thrip, THRIP. It is down into that magnification where a 3-power won't do it. Probably have to go to a 10 power to even see the rascals. And they will get inside the stems and literally eat them out. So that's, well, in her succinct way, that's exactly what happens. Now then, I think along with the possibility of an insecticide working, I would very carefully cut off, go below where the turn down is. And usually when that happens, there will be a darkening of the stem, kind of showing death as such. And I would go 2, 3, 4 inches below that just to get them off, and then off the property. Don't mulch or compost, anything like that, because thrip does carry over from year to year. I don't remember whether it's as an egg or as a creature, but in any event, it is a real nuisance to many flowers. Back to the sweet potato queen, it may even be thrip getting into the angel trumpet. Now, I don't know of that in the past, but that's the kind of thing that they do. And they can get into rosebuds, they can get into a lot of things and be a real scourge. So I would take some physical action with a sharp instrument, a pair of hand pruners, and then try to prevent them from getting in. And there I would have to go back and read some labels myself. I don't know which one's best.
I know that there are a lot of insecticides and even all sorts of different products now that are of the systemic variety, where you literally mix it up and pour a bucket full around the bottom of the plant. Would that sort of thing work on a creature like that?
It very definitely will, Mark. At least in my theory. Now, thrip, I think I've heard that they are not as easily killed by the systemics, and at the same time, there's no reason not to give it a try. The only thing is a time lag. So in this case, where Kathleen, as soon as she wakes up this morning after a late inquiry, I would go out and do the physical cutting, and then I would mix up a bucket of the systemic of choice and see if by the two actions she can get them stopped, because I know it can be a real problem in coneflower, roses, and etc.